Well, hey guys, welcome back to the layout. I know it's been a little bit of a crazy month with some train sets involved, but we are back to doing HO scale product reviews on locomotives for the serious modelers. Today we're taking a look at the Broadway Limited Paragon3 Alco RSD-15. This is a Santa Fe locomotive equipped with DC, DCC, and Paragon3 sound. If you're not familiar with Paragon3 sound, that's Broadway Limited's proprietary subwoofer. It communicates with subwoofer and makes some nice sounds to make it feel like you're trackside. We're going to go ahead and listen to the locomotive, go through the paces of a review starting next. The MSRP on this loco, $299.99, so you can get discounts out there from brick and mortar hobby shops and online retailers that bring the price down significantly and will get you a good deal. You've got the operator's manual, over 26, 27 pages of information there, exploded parts diagram. They've got your flyer for choo-choo shoes if you're interested in that for your kids, and Broadway Limited's 1-year warranty information there. And then you got the locomotive itself here, which is a nice yellow and blue Santa Fe. We're going to pull this out of the box, take a look, see what you get after I get all this foam removed. Okay, we're going to take a look at the locomotive starting from the front. One thing you'll probably notice is this thing has a massive snout. So you've got on the front dual LED headlights, number boards, etched metal windshield wipers with the windshield plastic inserts with a silver lining, literally. You've got the walkways with safety tread, the long beak here, brake wheel on the end, got sand filler hatches on the end, and you've got a coupler stand here, an MU stand, and an elaborate handrail on the front there with a safety chain. You've got accessory hoses up on the front, metal couplers spring-loaded with the magnetic glad hand, and the pilot there. You've got a coupler cut lever there in yellow. On the side, you may notice the cab interior. There are not cab figures installed, but you have window sunshades. You've got 810 on the side that's legible. You've got builder's information there on the side. I believe that is. I'll have to take a closer look. Front end indicator marking here. Nice truck detail. Fuel trunk, and detail on the fuel tank, I mean. You've got a lot of nice detail on the hood there. Got all the radiator section in the back, dynamic brake section in the middle, horn up top. Santa Fe is nice on the side. Now I'm not too familiar with this era. I think that's dynamic brake stuff in the center there, along with the engine compartment. On the back you've got sand filler hatches, number boards, a rear light, another stand that's adjustable there, the same MU stand, and interesting looking handrails there on the back end, and more accessory hoses, coupler, cut lever, etc. And the radiator section on the rear, you can see the circular radiator area right there, and at about that angle you can see the see-through fan blades. So you can see through to the fan blades, which is a nice touch. Rear windshield wipers and windows are installed there. And the grab irons on this are nice plastic but straight and a good thickness. I think they did a great job on the handrails. And that's about it for this locomotive in detail. Let's check out operation. We're going to go ahead and start up the locomotive by hitting F9. You can also start it with a shorter sequence by simply moving it, but we'll do that now with F9. So what you heard there was actually the locomotive engineer getting into the cab and everything there. So hear the door open and close. It goes through a little bit of the process to start. Listen to some sounds here. There's a bell on F1. You have your subwoofer either on your computer or your TV, wherever you're listening. Probably hear the subwoofer actually accessorizing this locomotive, so you'll hear that in the background. That's the low rumble. Here's the horn. We'll check the second horn, which you do by hitting F22 and then going back to function 2. Alright, and there's 3, which is coupler slack, which you don't hear until you move the locomotive. F4, compressor. F5 individually ramps the diesel up and down. F5 and F6, I should say. F6 brings it back down. F7, you can see, handles the lights, classification lights, the marker lights up there on the nose. Those are functional on this. F8 mutes the volume completely. F9 will shut it back down through a shutdown sequence, and then there's just so many different other sequences, including freight announcements. You've got the ability to record a macro and play it back, which means you can record a sequence and then play it back on an engine. So really some cool features. We're going to go ahead and test slow speed control, so we'll move this at 1 speed step all the way up through 5 and then do the same thing in reverse. Here's 1 of 126 on my MRC Prodigy Elite. Seems very smooth right out of the box. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Check reverse here at 1. Again, very, very smooth. You hear the subwoofer really kicking in there. 2. 3. 4. And 5. A very, very smooth operation. So we're going to go ahead and pull test this guy here. Got 2.8. This is about 40 to 45 pieces of rolling stock. I've already checked the coupler height with the NMRA standards gauge where you have the correct coupler height. Now we're checking wheels. In the essence of time, not putting everything on video there, but the wheels all appear to be engaged, so we're good there. And it gives you a chance to take a look at the underside of the locomotive here. Well, that's going to do it on a great Broadway limited locomotive. I think this locomotive is great. It's got code 17 lighting. It has great Paragon3 sound. Smooth operation, as you saw, at extremely slow speeds. It was just very smoothly crawling along, but still barely moving. And it's just a nice locomotive all around. I like the fact that it has additional lighting functions. Just awesome. I'm going to leave you with a run-by of this locomotive and a few pieces of Santa Fe, BNSF I should say, rolling stock. Probably a little outside of the era of this locomotive, but the best I can do, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.